Amid this crisis, we're hearing from Venezuelans, families, and friends who live here in East Texas.
That's right. They're helping with relief efforts. One Tyler restaurant is stepping up to collect donations. Our JD Conti has more as the search and rescue operations continue.
It's pure panic. It's sheer panic.
Gabriela Luna spent the first 10 years of her life in Venezuela. Much of the country now lies in ruins.
Disheartening to be so far away and feeling kind of like you can't help and wishing you would be closer to be able to support that community.
The now Tyler resident says her family has minor injuries. Earlier this week, 2 earthquakes rattled the country. The latest numbers, over 900 dead. Tens of thousands of people are missing. Yes, my family is there. And well, it really tugs at your heartstrings. But you know, it's a force of nature, something beyond our control. Still, here we are trying to help out and hoping that people will pitch in and help us too. Heidi Madriz works at Yellow Lemon Latin Bites in Tyler. The owners are Venezuelan as well. That's why they're gathering donations to send to a larger collection point in Dallas.
Medical supplies, baby formula, diapers, and then canned foods, even just water. So anything really helps.
As rescuers scramble through the rubble, Luna wonders what could have been done before the quakes.
A lot of it was because there was about 20 years of dictatorship, and so the buildings that were built over the last few decades just didn't have the infrastructure.
Several nonprofits, like the Red Cross International, are taking monetary donations as well. Luna says there's other ways to help too.
If you have any friends that are from that area, reach out because, you know, just a word from a friend or a colleague means a lot. Just the fact that you're thinking of us and our family and our people.
JD Conti, KLTV 7
If you'd like to donate, we have some details right here on your screen. The business is accepting donations tomorrow and Sunday. Several international groups are also taking monetary donations.